Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lex Anguis Serpentine Publisher. And today is the next episode of Drakonian Emanations. And right now I'm initiating into the martial sphere of the Drakonian Emanations. It is corresponding with the planet Mars and with the number 5 in a traditional Kabbalistic sense. And it is also associated with war, passion, rage, revenge, destruction, but also the vision of courage and strength. And well, where do I start? When I literally started to initiate myself, when I literally have invoked all of these 4 powerful gods, that they initiate me into this next step of my initiation phases. And right after I stopped my work and literally started to work with Asmodeus. Asmodeus is an ecliptic tree of death, the ruler of Golachab. Golachab is the dark side of Geborah, the dark side of the tree of life, and he pretty much called me to work with him in this time period. But also not him, I also worked with Heracles, Heracles, of this being also a war god, not particular war god, but is like associated with I think because of his abilities and skills, also with Mars, the planet of war, strength and manliness and activity. And what I find interesting, Asmodeus is known to wreak destruction and to bring turbulence onto the people around him and onto the people who work with him. And literally, when I have evoked Asmodeus and also combined it with black alchemy of the planets, literally exactly when I have stopped my ride, before me there are I think before me is a street where cars are racing and such. And literally when I have stopped my ride at the exact moment, there drove a car beside him, behind him was a wagon where he had many stuff on it. And right after I stopped, when you stuff things in, and it's just like a carriage, like a carriage, something a carriage, when you put stuff in, and this the thing where you close the carriage off, literally fall off, immediately, something just open it and have thrown or throw it open. Literally, it was 1 meter. It had been thrown more back, and someone had been injured. Something opened behind his car, his carriage, and literally just a little bit missed before a bigger accident happened, And this was synonymous for me, or a revelation to me, that this evocation and this initiation, this walking with this being, was successful, because it was literally a turbulence. This guy stopped on the road, he picked the stuff up, nobody was thankfully hurt, but it could have ended differently, It just was literally 1 meter or so. It has missed. And this was happening, literally turbulent things, accidents happen. And when I when I have walked, literally betrayed me in that way, that I didn't get fully paid. So I was really enraged by this, and I was really led to disappointment on many stuff, and to betrayal, and to people who just are literally calling you, like, to curse them, you know, literally calling you to make vengeance on them, you know, literally like that. And like, what I find also interesting, when the science have shown me that I should initiate further on this path, like out of nowhere, the animal of scorpion as a symbol have shown up everywhere, literally everywhere, for a time period before I initiated into this, like before I knew I was ready for the next phase. And you know, I go also martial arts. I also go martial arts, and they are like, they are also, like, how to say it, they're also like grades you must achieve. You must learn to master some type of martial arts craft that you can get to the high level. And right before I initiated, like, literally, where the scorpions have shown up, where all this violence had happened, like, I've been invited, like, was so dedicated in this time period. It was like life or death for me, you know. I literally went for 2 weeks straight every damn day into martial arts, because I had the time and because I had, like, the passion for it. I literally sacrificed many things, but like this fear of the martial initiation will like incite in you a passion and a devotion for martial arts, for your passion, for your manliness, you know, literally so much so that it drives you to a burnout, you know. It drives you to a burnout, it drives you to introspection, but also it drives you to a limit where you realize your inner strength, your inner courage, your inner power, so to speak. And literally, when I was alone, like, I literally went again to my martial arts training, and I was there alone. There was no people there really who was on the same level as me and who wanted to fight with me or train with me. So the master in this place or in this school has taught me, and I really, like, you can see, I don't know, like, it is a pretty older wound. You can see it anymore, but I literally fought hardcore in this time period. Literally pam pam pam, and gave my best, and like my knuckles on his fist were really wounded open. Like, my skin of the knuckles were away. His bleeding was profoundly bleeding, but now it is only a scar tissue. And right after this, this man, or my master, has told me, man, you are ready for the test. You are ready for the next levels, to say, in this martial arts school. And what I found funny is, like, it was on Tuesday. It was right on Tuesday. He said, on Tuesday we will do this shit. And Tuesday is the day of Mars. It's the day of Mars, and Mars is the day of you know, martial arts, of war, of passion, of blood, of vengeance. That right in this day he wanted me to make this test, you know, to make this that I can get to the next level. Like on this day, where it's traditionally a day of Mars, you know. Was not a coincidence that I've been led to, you know. And then I knew I should initiate also spiritual in the next level. Like, it was so strange coincidences and so strange tests and things you must do to go to the next level. It only shows me this, that everything is in synchronicity when you are in alignment with your spiritual practices, in alignment with your soul. And if you have shown your own inner soul and your outer guidance that you really want to grow, man, this stuff does really exist. This stuff does really guide you to your next level, to your next stage in your lives, next stage in the spiritual growth and ascent. But the only thing is, are you ready to make sacrifices for it? Are you ready to fight for it? Are you ready to pick up the courage you need, or even do some deeds that like are dark in nature, are more dark in nature, but it is a part of this whole spectrum of life, a part of this whole spectrum of initiation. Because, like, you know, a knife can be used to cut bread, to put on some butter, or a knife can be used to kill somebody, you know, or to make something of use. A knife, like, but it's not inherently good or evil. It's like night and day. So it is same for the initiation phases. You must learn to do vengeance, to cause chaos, to destroy some people, but also you must ready to sacrifice sometimes your own well-being, your own comfort zone, and your own laziness to get the next stage, you know, and to have courage. And I think this light side and this dark side by each initiation sphere, on my experience right now, will be shown to you on some level. You will see it, and you will feel it, and you will experience it. But as of right now, man, it was really crazy. Like, that I can get to the next stage, I was also led to initiate into the jinnic current. By you know, jinnic current is like where the devil, or like the highest, is like more Eastern tradition or more Islamic tradition, I don't know, where Iblis or Shaitan is the highest dark god there, no? And the jinns, this smoke, this is smokeless fire, I don't know how to speak, fire without smoke, something like that. Like, these are different type of adversarial beings. I was also led to this walking by jehannum to initiate myself, to also deepen my deepen my experience of warfare, of bloodshed, of vengeance, of wrathfulness, destruction, and courage. Like, but this jinnic initiation was pretty dark. It was really the dark side of Mars, so to say. And yeah, man, it is crazy. It is really crazy and challenging, may I say the least. And I think this was it, guys. Yeah. I'm Lax Angus, and we shall see you again. Goodbye, guys.